Guys, Mohit again, yet another episode, and this time we're talking about niche fragrances. In order to have variety of content, we have been doing a lot of alternatives, we have been doing a lot of designers, cheapies, Middle Eastern scents. Now we go and talk niche. So I'll be doing 5-6 brands in upcoming videos, and those are some really good niche houses which are under 10,000 rupees or under $125-$130, and they offer absolute value for money, a full overdose of creativity, the newness. If you're looking for something new, these brands you should definitely be checking out these brands, right? So the first brand we're talking about here, I'll be talking about 2 scents right now. I do have the entire lineup, is none other than Andy Tor, House of Andy Tor from Switzerland. So if we talk about Switzerland, there are 3 things which are famous. I mean, first 2 things for the world and third thing for the perfume lovers. The first is the Swiss bank, second thing is the Swiss chocolates, actually the fourth thing. The third thing is Mr. Albert Hoffman, and for perfume lovers, Mr. Andy Tor. So these things, whenever you talk about these Switzerland, whenever Switzerland comes, these 4 things comes to my mind. The fourth thing is especially for the perfume lovers, right? Coming to Andy Tor. So who is Andy Tor? So he's an artisanal perfumer who is self-taught. Self-taught as in he didn't attend any school or college or any company to do or learn perfumery. So there are very few people like that, and so he's a self-taught perfumer, and he uses most natural ingredients. I won't say all natural, or even he doesn't claims to be. So, but he uses really high quality ingredients, and it's handcrafted in Switzerland. The bottles are made in Switzerland. The perfume is blended, hand blended by himself in Switzerland. So you are getting absolute top-notch quality, that's for sure. In price for around $10,000 or $130, it's a banger. Now coming to the ultimate, it's called Coeur du Desert Moroccan or Mauritian or Moroccan. Yeah, so that is actually the scent which got quite popular. The scent, this was the one which earned this house the fame it deserved, basically. So apart from that, they do have several. This is actually the number 2 release. They had La Maroc pour LA. This is actually a stripped down version of it that was targeted for females, but this was stripped down version, and this came out really good, and this was the breakthrough for Andy Tor. So this is the success story of how Andy Tor, this actually depicts the entire story. Now coming to the scent, these are the pentagonal blue bottle. Earlier they had a pentagonal box as well. I'm talking about 3-4 years back. Now they have a very minimal aluminum box, which is pretty good. It says Tor here. It comes with a autographed card inside by Andy Tor himself that adds a personal touch as well. Inspired by the desert, how a desert would smell like, or to be more precise, how a night at desert would smell like. That is this particular scent, Coeur du Desert Moroccan, inspired by a night at Sahara Desert. Coming to the first sniff, I've sniffed it a lot of time, and every time I sniff, I get a different vibe altogether. You are actually transported to a desert night, simple as that, once you smell it. So at first sniff, it gives you a very dry vibe which has that spiciness to it. So that dry added up with spiciness gives you that Middle Eastern vibe. Middle Eastern, not the oud Middle Eastern vibe, but more like a desert Middle Eastern vibe. And along with it, there is high quality florals inside. Definitely there's a good dose of patchouli to it, which gives a very slight green touch to it. So it's dry, spicy and green at the same time, and this does has that juiciness to it, which makes it feel very high quality. One thing for sure, one thing guaranteed, you wouldn't have sniffed anything in your entire life. Guaranteed, period. If you are looking for a challenging scent, you are a perfume lover and you haven't tried this particular line, you are missing out on something. Before moving to any of the Creed, Stormford, or if you're done with Creed, Stormford, you should switch to these, and you would be challenging your nose, senses, and that is actually the whole zest of this hobby. Now I'll be just quickly telling this a very complex scent. I'll give you the exact breakdown of the notes here so that you could visualize this particular scent. So on the opening there is lavender, which gives it a very dry kind of vibe. There is cumin seed to it, there is petit grain to it, and there is coriander to it. So you see, these are the spices which you get in the first spray itself. Then comes the floral elements to it. There is jasmine, labdanum, there is birch, and there is amber to it. Now I'll tell you the main thing why this smells very high quality is the use of ambergris or ambergris to it. So ambergris is the backbone of this scent. All the spiciness, all that the spiciness and the dryness and that floralness has been carried. The ambergris is the one which holds it all together. Now this comes in now EDT, intense concentration. There is a reason behind it. I wanted to cover second scent here itself because both are exactly the same. Only thing is this is the extract parfum version. It's called Coeur du Desert. This is the MRP on this one. Coeur du Desert Marocain is actually it's actually quite decently priced. Now they are coming all officially to India via Sentido, so the prices are pretty good. This is 9,500 MRP, which is same as how it sells for $119 outside. It's the same price. This one goes for 150 euros or around $160. The Coeur du Desert, which is priced at 12,300 rupees, but you get a lot more performance compared to the EDT version. So this is Coeur du Desert, which last year I did my best discovery of 2017. This was launched in 2017. I did a video on this one. I'm talking about 2 years back. So this is coming back on this channel. So both would smell similar at the first go, but this is definitely more intense version. And what they have done, they have amped up more patchouli to it. Patchouli is amped up, the jasmine is amped up, even the amber, everything is amped up. It has the same DNA. Only thing, this is extract, this is EDT intense. So if you can spend 9,500 on this one, if you don't mind adding 3,000 to it, you can go for this one instead. I would prefer what's the number on this one? Okay, it has no number to it, like Coeur du Desert is number 2. So this one I would prefer any day over this, because this, I mean, this is a beast mode, so I love it. Now coming to the second one, we are talking a lot of patchouli in this video, so even these two scents are coming with a lot of dose of patchouli. So the first one we have from house of Jovoy, it's called Private Label. Now let me tell you about this house. This is actually a store in Europe by name of Jovoy, and later they came up with their own line. So this is quite masculine, heavy bottle. If you see, the whole presentation comes in a heavy leather box like this, so it's like classy, masculine, classy. This reminds me of Harley Davidson, probably. Yeah. So this one is, the scent itself is really, really masculine. I would not recommend any of the females to even try. They can try it, of course. So there are some females who carry one of the strongest scents as well. So if you are typically you like the floral scents, more like Chanel, Dior's, this is not for you. And if you're looking for a challenging scent, this is for you. Now coming to the notes breakdown, Private Label is the most famous from the entire line, followed by Psychedelic and Incident Diplomatique. We'll be talking about that as well. But to me, the whole line, the reason why I wear it is for patchouli. Honestly, the patchouli they use is one of the best in entire industry. Let's spray it. At the first go, this is slight medicinal, but in a good way, not like how Gucci Guilty Absolute smells of Band-Aid. At the same time, it's not bad. Similar way, this is also medicinal, but in a good way, not in a bad way at all. You get, of course, patchouli is there from the first go. What I get apart from patchouli in this is a hint of leather, a lot of leather. This leather is similar leather how you have in Coeur Ylang, Coeur Patchouli. This reminds me of Coeur Patchouli by Elisab, but this is more complex version to it. How Coeur Patchouli made by Maison Francis Kurkdjian is simply leather patchouli, creamy sooth leather and patchouli. This one has got vetiver to it, this one has got sandalwood to it, and apart from that, this one has labdanum to it. So that labdanum, this combination, the entire this 5-6 notes we are talking about, makes it a really good and really, really long lasting. This is like straight off 12-15 hours, trust me. This is called Private Label by Jovoy. If you're looking for a challenging scent which is woody, earthy, it's very earthy. I think this would be again a perfect weather to wear. The rainy season and the winters would be the perfect weather to wear this one. This is called Private Label. Pricing, this is going for 10,270, which is like 10,000 rupees, around $135 again, $150 to be precise there. So a very good deal on a 100 ml bottle. These were 50 ml bottles. This is 100 ml bottle, quite heavy, nice presentation and everything. Highly recommended. The next one which we're talking about is again from the same house. It's called, I would have put Psychedelic on this one, but Psychedelic is again very dirty, heavy patchouli, which kind of overlaps for me with Private Label. So I prefer Private Label over Psychedelic. Though I love Psychedelic as well, but after I sniffed Private Label, I never went back to Psychedelic. I never bought it. It was too heavy, too strong for me. But if you want something which is dirtier than Private Label, Psychedelic would be the one. This is called Incident Diplomatique. one thing I love about it is the name, Incident Diplomatic. Who could think of name like this? I mean, that is like sheer creativity. Coming to the scent factor, this would have the patchouli DNA in it as well. At first go, this is very powdery orange. I get a powdery orange vibe. How you take like the orange powder and woof, that vibe I'm getting. I'm talking about the real orange peel powder, not any cosmetic. How you take the orange peels, make a powder of it, and woof, this is the sniff I get from first go. The notes definitely orange is the note. Mandarin orange is the one listed note, and very citrusy, dry, powdery orange kind of vibe. Whereas vetiver to it, there are actually various kind of vetiver to it. Yeah, patchouli I get. Sandalwood is in the base. That is the more common base in all Jovoys. That is sandalwood and patchouli. Then they have added something different to this, is nutmeg, which gives slight spicier hint to it, and the overall scent profile is sweet citrus. Wow, I think this would work all season. I would love to wear this in summers. At the same time, I would love to wear it in evenings, or where it's casual, chilled out. Weekends, this reminds me of weekends. So overall, I mean, for now, this would be the evening wear, this would be the day wear. Incident Diplomatic by House of Jovoy, going for 10,000 rupees on perfumery.co.in. Go check it out. I'll be putting decants and samples for all 4 out there, so go check it out. I'll be covering other brands. I'll just give you an idea for the next video, like how I've done it my last 2 videos. I'll give you a hint of what's next video coming up to. We would do the whole lineup of Anditor, because there are other scents which I need to visit. Carillion Ange has got a lot of good response from people, so I need to analyze this and cover in my next video. Orange Star has got amazing reviews, so I have to wear this too. Rose Incense I have done in my one of the best rose scents already, so that's why I didn't add it, Rose Incense, to this video. But Rose Incense, if you're a rose lover, rose and incense combination is insane. Monster projection on this one. This projects for 10 feet, guys. I'm not kidding. This is Incense Rose by Editor. So these one I have to do more, spend more time with them, so and do a video on it. The rest we'll be covering is Jeroboam, which is 30 ml range for 7,500 rupees. Pretty good quality in there as well. That I'll be covering in upcoming video. Apart from that, I have to do this one as well. This is my newfound crush. This is called Mask Milano, 35 ml bottles. Pretty good quality there as well. I'll be doing this as a separate video coming up. So that is it, guys. It's Mohit signing off from Perfumery India. I'll be coming up with a new lineup of alternatives in next video too, along with these. See ya. Bye.